Wayne Deane and Aage Fjortoft both got sold. Was it in the same week? I think it was in the same week.
Yeah, same week, wasn't it? Yeah.
Were there any sort of fallout? Because I know there was a lot of fallout in the fans. We were thinking we've thrown away this league.
I just think we were again. I don't want to say pissing it, but we were stomping the league. We were there and thereabouts. We had a good team. We had a really good squad, strong squad, and likes of Hutch, Wardy, people like that. Hutch is like he struggled to get in the team a little bit. Hutch, to be fair, so we had a really good side. We had a really good sub, really good bench, and I think it's more disbelief that you maybe accept one striker being sold, maybe, but two strikers, I think that's just I don't see where the club are going with that, and I don't I think it's Giles Green at the time. I don't see where the club are going, and as players, it kind of knocks you back a bit because. You're going training sort of thing, and you're playing with these players you see them week in, week out, and training. You think, wow, players. So you turn up on a Saturday, these players that you've got used to playing with like for 4 or 5 months. You're thinking you kind of know the team's ticking, and you're playing well. You kind of know each other now, what you do, what you don't do, what runs they like, what balls they like, they don't like. But when you get two of your centre forwards who scored the majority of your goals, you're thinking, what really? Where they gone? So it's hard to. So I think for 2 or 3 weeks, the players kind of like were just in disbelief to think that, yes, the show's got to go on. Yes, we've got to carry on playing. But we've gone into games now blind, effectively, because we're thinking where the goal's going to come from. I know we went and got Deane and Deane Swan's on about. I know we went and got people like that. But we're talking about two of, if not, well, without doubt, at that time, you talk about two probably the best strikers in the first division, championship, should I say, and they both went on the same day. And, if one had gone, maybe we'd been all right. One had gone, it'd be okay. But for two strikers to go, and they're strikers. Strikers are like a rare breed. They're like Jan scores goals for fun. He was a natural goal scorer. And Deane was just an unbelievable player who caused mayhem in and around the box, outside the box. He took 2 defenders every game he played. He took 2 defenders. So it was hard to negotiate those 2, 3, 4 weeks after that, because I said they're just massive players for us. They got us the goals.
Yeah. Well, you'd think that we wouldn't have done that again, but we did with James Beattie quite a few years later, when we thought it was the exact same thing. We expected that we were going to get promoted because we were that good, and they didn't learn the lesson that time.
I know football clubs have to. It's a business. I get I get all that. I get the politics. I do, but. It's you have to put. I think it's something I've mentioned before. You have to put things in a little bit of perspective. For what they got for Dino, for Jan, really they couldn't have waited 5 months. I mean, wait till the end of the season, get it a little bit cheaper, or bugger it should come $100,000. I say it sounded like it's easy money, but what I'm saying is, I mean, look where we are. If we was bottom of the league and we're struggling, fair enough. You could say, look, yeah, okay, look, but we weren't. We were competing on every level, fighting in every competition we're fighting for, with a chance of, and let's be honest, I said before, in that team, that squad, I think we would have won it. I do. I watch the Sunderland Charlton game. I don't see, the playoff. I don't think we would have got.
Not only that, Quinny, I agree with you. We'd have got more money getting into the Premier League than we got for both of them.
Yeah, so it doesn't make. So I get the politics, but it doesn't make sense. If you're mid-table, fair enough, make some money, but I just don't. And if we'd got up, then imagine the windfall from winning the league, going into the Premier League. Yeah. It's just bad politics.
I can tell you, every blade has just agreed with everything you've just said.
Yeah, it's true though. It's bad. I'm not clever enough to think that it's. I'm talking, but I'm saying it's just as a player looking, as a fan looking in, that's got to be the stupidest thing to do. It's just bad politics.
And the fact that we all still talk about it all these years on. Just shows how terrible it was.
Yeah. I got friends. I go out to Sheffield. They still talk about they couldn't. I said, laugh. They said they should have sold you. I was like, yeah, they should have. But it's true, because at least you had a better chance. But no, it's just stupid. It's a shame that we're talking about it for the wrong reasons. When if they had stayed, I think that season could have been yes, we got semi-final. Yes, we lost to Sunderland in the playoff, but. It could have been a whole lot different that season. It could have been a whole lot different. And it's just a shame that taking those 2 players away from us, it hurt us. The goals win games. That's common knowledge. Goals win games, and that's what it is.
It wasn't just those 2, was it? Then Nigel Spackman left.
Yeah, and that was but then
Was that for the same reason? Was it? Do you think it was because of that?
Well, yeah, because then what I've mentioned before, Nick. But what chance? You know what? He got. He's been basically his legs been taken underneath him. You know, he's gone in one morning and said like, no, they're not going to be sold. And one morning, so he left for work one day, said they're not going to be sold. And he hears it on the news, and come the next day, two of his top strikers have left. So you know what else? You got to ask the question: what else is going on, or was going on behind the scenes for that to happen? And then for Nigel Spackman to say, well, look, you promised me one thing, you did the absolute opposite, so I can't trust you. Thank you. Bye-bye. I'm off. So
yeah, you can't really blame Spackers because his team was gutted, wasn't it? It was like Hutchinson, Carl Tyler, Mitch Ward.
Yeah.
Of course, these two strikers we're talking about.
Yeah, it's just Wardy left Everton and Hutch for Everton. So his 5 players gone effectively. But like, let's be honest, Wardy, really good player. Hutch, really good player. Like 2 strikers, like I said, goals. So it's just when you're getting told no players being sold to then within 12 hours. 5 players effectively nearly 2 are definitely gone. He's gonna do that. I don't blame him at all. You know, I think he's done the right. It's like any job you do. You know, if you get told one thing, you're gonna go. You're gonna walk. You know, save face. And I think he left to save face, and I think it's the right thing to do.